Now we are going to talk about psychological contract. This deals with the employment relations, the nature of employment relations. So let us look at the definition. Psychological contract is considered as the perceptions held by the parties. So we have two parties, one is the employee and the other one is the employer. So psychological contract deals with the perceptions or the beliefs that these two parties hold against each other. So that is known as psychological contract. It is actually about the mutual obligations. So what do the two parties think about each other, about their responsibilities towards each other. So psychological contract and legal contract are two different things. Psychological contract means what the person feels, what are the perceptions, and legal contract means the official legal document that is created between the employee and the employer. So in the psychological contract we have two stakeholders, mainly the employee and the employer. So psychological contract has certain characteristics which are mentioned over here. These are unspoken expectations because these are not written anywhere, so that is why it's not mentioned in a formal way. Mostly the employees want to be treated fairly, and the employees also want some level of job security. They want job satisfaction, job fulfillment, progression. So these are the things that the employees expect from the psychological contract from the employer. There could be other things as well over here. It will also depend on the person and the organization. So the psychological contract and interrelations have changed in nature over time. Traditionally, the psychological contract was considered as the job for life. That means people used to consider the jobs for their own entire life. So once they enter the job, they would continue working in that organization for the whole life. Then after that, since 1990s, job security became less important, and the workers, the employees, they started to think of it in other ways. That is, they didn't think of the job as permanent. They switched their jobs during their tenure, and they also worked in different ways. And then more recently, the psychological contract has changed into fair pay treatment, these things. So now employees look at the psychological contract in terms of whether they are getting the fair pay from their organization or not, and whether the treatment is done in a fair way or not. So the delivery, that is the delivery of the deal, this means that whatever has been agreed between the employee and the employer, has it been delivered accordingly or not. So these are the notions of psychological contract from the employee and the employer perspective. So the employee thinks about job security, then maintaining social relationships, having an opportunity for career advancement, then getting training and development, being treated fairly, having job satisfaction, having a friendly work environment, being treated in a consistent way, and also having some impact on the day-to-day operations of the company. And the employer's perspective is the employer wants a psychological contract to be in terms of functional and task flexibility. That means the employer wants the employee to be flexible in terms of the task and some willingness to change, which is similar to the previous point. Also having the ability to work as a team member, so being friendly, cooperative with the colleagues, taking initiatives, and also having the skills and the talent to take decisions. So here we have examples of psychological contract. Apple and Johnson and Johnson. From here you can see that depending on the organizations, the type of psychological contract will vary. For example, the Apple thinks that what they want, okay, they want the employees to be very good in terms of their work. They want them to learn continuously. They are not interested in lifetime work, but whatever they do, up to whatever time they work, that should be in the proper way. And in case of Johnson and Johnson, the employees think that the work should be something, that there should be some sense of security in the job, compensation should be fair, adequate. From here you can understand that the psychological contract notion can vary from organization to organization and from employees to employees as well. So what do the employees promise to do? They have a commitment that they will work hard, they will uphold the company's reputation outside, they will maintain these things: attendance, punctuality, loyalty. If required, they will work extra hours, develop new skills, be flexible, courteous, all these things. And the employers promise that they would do their task, they would fulfill their responsibilities, so they would pay properly, give proper opportunities for promotion, recognition, these things. So what happens if there is a breach of psychological contract? That means if the employees have certain expectations from the company, but those are not fulfilled. If the expectations are logical and if they are not fulfilled, then they would have a negative impact on the employee's job satisfaction, then the commitment the employee gives to the company, and also engagement of the employee would decrease. So it will be like the employee is working in the company, but the employee will not be involved or engaged in the work. So considering these things, the negative outcomes of breach of psychological contract, organizations need to be cautious so that they don't break the psychological contract. So that's it in this topic.